The time is here. The San Francisco 49ers host the divisional round of the 2023 NFL playoffs. It's time to take it to the next level. And in order to do that, the San Francisco 49ers must stick to these keys to victory. What's going on, faithful? I hope you guys are happy and excited. The San Francisco 49ers are ready. I hope you guys are ready for that touchdown sound because it's about to go down Saturday night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or that's 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for my West Coast family. The NFC divisional round. You got the Packers, the red hot Packers coming into Santa Clara. And I can tell you right now, from what we're hearing out there, the Packers are hot and the 49ers are well rested. I'll let that simmer saute. But let's get to the keys to victory, brought to you by 49ers Web Zone. You guys can check out the article, www.49erswebzone.com. Let's get right down to it. Keys to victory. Number one, the 49ers have to come out with a game plan to just take away the run. I don't think Green Bay Packers offense even is going to be good if they can't figure out how to establish the run. What the 49ers have been good in all season long, minus a few games, maybe 5 games, right? 5 games we could say that the Niners couldn't figure out how to stop the power run. There's a difference between power run and outside zone run. Here's the cool thing. The Green Bay Packers like to run a lot of outside, inside zone type of running. So it's almost similar to what the 49ers do. The 49ers have to find a way to eliminate the run because it forces the quarterback to do 2 things. It makes them one-dimensional, and then they're going to have to throw the ball. So I can say that they need to force Jordan Love to throw the ball. That's key. That's number one. Yeah, but the only way you're going to be able to do that is if they take away the run. Make them one-dimensional. That will enable the 49ers defense to tee off, to play pass, and it's going to force the Packers to play from behind. So when the 49ers are up by a certain lead or a big lead later on in the game, they're going to have to abandon the run because you took it away at the very beginning. You done secure the lead to where you're forcing the Packers to throw the ball. Now your defensive secondary can play pass coverage, and that's where the turnovers will happen for a guy that has not turned the ball over in a very long time. That's Jordan Love. So if the Niners want a bunch of things to kind of like trickle down into their favor, they need to take away the run. That's number one. Take away the run. Take away Aaron Jones. Take away A.J. Dillon if he plays. Good thing is they don't have to worry much about Jordan Love being a mobile quarterback. It's not what he do. It's not what he does. All right. Number 2, pressure, but pressure up the middle. With Eric Armstead returning, not only will he enable and help take away the run, he's probably the best run defender for the San Francisco 49ers, but he's also a great pass rusher and can allow that pressure up the middle. I think Green Bay has a pretty stout offensive line. They're pretty good. They're young, but they've been playing together. All right, they got a really good left side and a slightly weaker right side. Doesn't that sound familiar? I mean, when you think about the Packers, are they the 49ers? I mean, it's the same damn thing. From center to the left, that's where they're strong in. But look, Eric Armstead is on that right side. He's going to be on the right side. And so I'm expecting Eric Armstead to have a very dominant game, but the pressure up the middle. Why? Because you want to eliminate those 7-step dropbacks that we see Jordan Love be so successful in. The play action pass. When you eliminate this run game, which was key number 1, it's going to eliminate the play action pass because now the 49ers linebackers aren't going to be biting off the run. They can drop back and they can play pass. I say this, Niners need to plan to rush 4. That's it. Rush 4, play the pass, get pressure, not just from the sides, but up the middle. Jordan Love has been sacked a couple of more times, though I think it's 30 to 28, as far as Brock Purdy being sacked. But he has taken a lot more snaps than Brock Purdy. I will think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to look to get pressure right up in his face. That's going to force him outside, which will force him into sacks because those guys on the outside, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, whether it's Randy Gregory, whether it's going to be Austin Bryant if he's called up because Cleveland Farrell has been ruled out in this game, it'll allow the defensive edges to contain, to be there, to wait for him to escape to the outside of the pocket. Jordan Love's not going to take up in the middle and run if the pressure's right there in front of his face. It will speed up the process to him throwing the ball, and that, my friends, is a key to victory. Defense, they have to figure out how to limit these explosive plays. Right now, everything has been based off of what the Packers have done to the Dallas Cowboys. It was explosive play after explosive play after explosive play after explosive play, or you can look at it the way I looked at it. It was busted coverage after leaving the man wide open after busted coverage. But nonetheless, the Packers got explosive plays. The one thing I know you're not going to get from the 49ers defense is a bunch of busted coverages. They'll give up an explosive here or there, whether it's on the ground. Niners need to set up to stop the screen game because I really think they're going to take Aaron Jones out of the running game. And the Green Bay Packers are going to have to find a way to get their best playmaker on offense the ball, hence the screen. Dre Greenlaw, I know he's questionable in practice. Expect him to play. Expect him to have a monster game from Dre Greenlaw because he's going to be what I like to call that screen buster. I need great angles taken by the safeties when these screens come up. I don't want them to be blocked out of the play. Can't have the missed tackles. All this ties into getting explosive plays, whether it's on the ground, whether it's in the air. But the 49ers need to limit them. Maybe 2, maybe 3 max. I prefer 0. If the 49ers limit the explosive plays, don't expect Green Bay to be a dink and dunk. I'm going to methodically move this ball down the field. I know they're a good offense, but they're not a great offense. They're still young, and I expect that youth to start to show against some of these veterans on the San Francisco 49ers. So the Niners defense needs to figure out how to limit the explosive plays. Number 4, offensively, the Niners need to do 2 things. Get into a rhythm early and establish a balanced attack. What does balanced attack mean? A good ratio of running and throwing. Now, I would like to see good rhythmic throws from Brock Purdy, whether it's the dink and dunks, the quick throws, because I'm expecting the Packers to apply pressure. You know, Brock Purdy is one of the best quarterbacks in the league against the blitz, so I'm expecting that pressure to come and Brock Purdy to supersede. If they choose to stack the box against Brock Purdy to where they're trying to take away the run, Brock Purdy is also a man buster when he can go out there, locate his man, get his man that particular ball. All he needs is a little bit of time and a little bit of time for that route to develop. The ball will be in place for his man to beat the one-on-one. There's nobody in the league that trusts their man more than Brock Purdy, so I'm expecting Brock Purdy to take advantage of an 8-man box, which means he'll be canning out of some of these runs. But at the end of the day, they need to continue to figure out how to establish the run, how to establish the pass, whether they set it up with quick throw screens, runs up the middle, outside zone. George Kittle wants outside zone. You give him outside zone. So find a good rhythm early and keep that attack balanced. That way, San Francisco 49ers control the clock. They'll dictate exactly what the Green Bay Packers defense would do. They will have the wrong defense on the field depending on how the 49ers come out and personnel. And number 5, it comes down to execute. And I want to be specific in this particular game. I want the Niners to execute in the red zone. I think they're going to get ample opportunities in the red zone, and they need to keep those, and they need to execute and make those red zone opportunities, which they're top in the league, turn them into touchdowns. When I broke down what the Niners like to do, they average almost a touchdown in the first quarter. It kind of gets slightly lower in the second quarter, was like a little bit under 5, and then they boost it up in the third and the fourth quarter where they start to score again. That's the San Francisco 49ers in a nutshell, which is so funny because when I look at the Green Bay Packers, they are on defense almost the same. They give up less in the first quarter, but then the second, third, and fourth, they continue to give up the ball. So When you look at that, it's going to be what the Niners are going to try to do to try to trump these dudes, and I think the 49ers will be able to do it. When I'm looking at the Green Bay Packers in the first quarter, they're giving up what? Let's go to the Green Bay Packers right there, about 3.6 points on average, but in that second quarter, the Green Bay Packers are giving up 6.2, so now here comes the touchdown or a couple of field goals, and then in the third quarter, I believe it goes up again, right? It goes up again, so, it goes down to 5.3, and then here comes that fourth quarter for the Green Bay Packers back up to 6.2. So it's funny because the Niners score early, they kind of tread water lightly, and then they find ways to ramp up the ante or up the ante a little bit later on down in the game. So the Niners, when they get into that red zone, they have to get touchdowns. I'm okay with field goals and points by any means necessary, but touchdowns are crucial in a playoff game, and there's no one with more experience than Kyle Shanahan and his boys in this playoff atmosphere. I can tell you that right now. Packers are kind of young. This ain't the year. Niners are a little bit more with their veteranship. They got some young guys out there, but if they figure out how to execute in the red zone and get touchdowns, it's going to be a long day for the Green Bay Packers and a great day for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm expecting the 49ers to be resting players come down in that fourth quarter, but we'll see what happens, guys. Here are the keys to victory. Take away the run, pressure up the middle, limit the explosive plays, establish a rhythm and a balanced attack, and execute in the red zone. I'm your host, WayneBreezie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you can go check it out on 49erswebzone.com. Don't forget to enter the Again, that's www.49erswebzone.com. And we'll be back, I guarantee it, for the NFC Championship keys to victory. It's your boy Breezy, and we're out of this joint. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.